All right, we're gonna get started with our power hour right now. If you can turn your camera on so I can see your faces, that helps me a ton to be my best for you, because then I feel like I'm connecting with humans, not just a name on a screen. So if it's something that you can do, please turn your camera on. If it's something that you can't do because of where you are, totally understand. But we're gonna get started, and I am going to pull up the power hour assignments here so we can look at them. So just 1 second. Okay, let me share my screen. All right, here we go. So if you didn't do yesterday, that's okay. You can do exactly what we are starting with today and still be on the right foot. So I'm gonna be doing this with you as well. I did some IPA this morning already, but I'm gonna do more again with you today. So we are focusing on personal enrollments this week. And so that's what we're gonna really work hard to do today, is to get those personal enrollments for you. We have a 3-day challenge that starts on Monday, but the reason why we want to really put the pedal on the metal to personal enrollments is because those double credits for convention contest are ending on Sunday the 26th. So anyone that you sign up from now until Sunday, you're getting double convention contest points for it. Now, that might not mean anything to you right now, and that's fine. It doesn't matter. But the reason why I talk about that is because we really want to, first and foremost, try to get people to sign up. And then what do you do from that? You put them in the 3-day challenge and you invite them to bring 3 friends to the 3-day challenge, so that our focus then turns from personal enrollments to silvers. So really we're accomplishing the same thing. We're just trying to get those enrollments through this week. And then all of those newly enrolled people can go into the 3-day challenge, but we want to have them bring their mom, their sister, their best friend, whoever it might be, to that challenge to make it really powerful. So it's kind of a weird week, because normally the week before a 3-day challenge, we're actually focusing on getting people in the 3-day challenge. But we need to take it a step further than that, where we want to get them signed up. And if we can't get them to sign up, then we will default to the 3-day challenge. But if we can get them to sign up, then we're going to take it a step further and use the 3-day challenge to help get them silver, so that you don't necessarily have to go to a sip and see at their house, but you can have the 3-day challenge be the sip and see that you are facilitating for them virtually. So we're gonna get started today. And I really want you to, this whole week, what I really want to have come through for you is that every day is a new day. Every day is a new day for you to recommit. Every day is a new day for you to have a new goal. Every day is a new day to say to yourself that whatever you've disappointed yourself in the past is in the past. And what you're leaving behind is, there's so much better for you that you can have in the future, right? So if you feel badly because maybe you haven't worked at all this week, or maybe you haven't worked at all this year, or maybe you've done things and it hasn't worked and you're feeling sort of deflated in that, all of that, you get to release that and just let it go, because you are going to focus on what you have control over today, and that is doing your 3 asks and trying to get people to come to our events tonight. So we're going to start with 3 asks. What are we going to ask people? First of all, I've talked about this before. There are 4 things that I really need when I sit down to do my business. I'm just going to mute you guys if you're not muted, but you can unmute yourself if you have a question when we get started. So the 4 things that I have to work my business are my phone, but I can't just have my phone to be really effective. I can have my phone and sign people up. I can have my phone and make money, but for me to be really effective, I also like to have my book of names. It is just a blank page book. I have 4 of these from the last 4 years. I typically just get one every year that I use. And in it, I write the current month and year, and then a list of names. 20 names each month is always my goal, of people that I'm excited about. Sometimes there's only 12. Like, don't get too stuck on the number 20, okay? But people that you're excited about. If I've met someone new in out at like a kids game or something that I really am excited about creating a new friendship with, I'll write their name in my book. Not because I'm going to sign them up eventually, although that might happen, but the goal is write their name there so I can intentionally build a relationship with them because they're important to me, okay? So if you've never done this before and you don't have a book with blank pages in it like this, that's okay. Get a piece of printer paper or any sort of paper and write January 2020 on it. And we are going to spend the first 10 minutes of this call focusing on who we are going to reach out to in January of 2020. And I'm actually doing this with you because I have been functioning off of my November, December list. I have not taken the time to make a new January list. The reason why I want you to write this list down is because the pen and paper psychology behind how you learn is so strong. Research proves that if you take a pen or pencil in your hand and you write it down, you will be more effective at accomplishing whatever goal it is than if you didn't. The notes on your phone are good, but psychologically, it's better to write it down with a pen and paper. So do what works for you. You don't have to be pigeonholed into a pen and paper system if you just find that you are more effective on your phone. So you can make your list on your phone if you want. I prefer the paper copy. Do what works best for you. So January 2020, I want you to take, I'm actually going to set a 5-minute timer. And I want you to write down as many names as possible that are names of people that you really want to join your team, or you feel they need the products. These might be people who you are, maybe you don't want to sign them up personally, but you've signed their friend up and you want to help their friend sign them up. So you can write your level 1's name and then put an arrow and write sign up Carrie or whatever that is. Okay, so right now we're going to start with our list. I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes and I want you to write down just a brain dump of names of people that you can reach out to. Okay, here we go. Sometimes I have to look at my phone when I'm doing this because there are people who I've been messaging or, whatever. And these can be new people. They can also be people who you have talked to in the past, but it should be a lot of new people, not just all people that you've constantly been reaching out to for the last year. We want to get some new names on here as well. I'm going to stop the screen share while we do this and then I'll put it back on. If you're just hopping on, we are writing our names of people that we are going to reach out to today in our power hour. New names, but also names of people who we want to follow up with as well. Just 1 minute left. Okay, now I'm going to open this again. We're going to share the screen. And we are going to get to work. So, phone, list, pen, computer if you have one, and I also like to have my planner nearby. Okay, if you don't have one of these things, it doesn't mean you can't work. I've just found that having these things all together make me more effective at my work. And so if you are wanting to be more effective, you might want to try having those things in your close proximity while you are working. Or something else. That's my system. So if you want to try that system on for size, see how it feels, great. If you have a different system that works, that's great too. All right, so 3 asks. Ask someone to read a health story. Ask someone to watch a short video, or ask someone if they're interested in trying a 3-day sample pack. So yesterday, you may have reached out to people already if you did the IPA challenge, which I hope you did. I know I did. I always want to lead by example, and I know that all of our leaders really strive to do what we ask you to do. So, but if you didn't, that's fine. You can start today. There are 2 different things that you can focus on. If you are reaching out to someone for the very first time, and you don't really have a reason to message them, a message that I have found to be really helpful. Hold on, how do I do this? I'm trying to find how I write in the chat while I'm sharing my screen. Oh, here we go. Share chat. Okay, so I'm gonna write in the chat group here some ideas for some messages. Also, if you have a great message that you come up with, please put it in the chat so that we can all benefit from it as well. If you have someone that you're wanting to message and you don't know what to say, will you unmute yourself and ask me now, and then I can help you write a message for that person. Does anyone have that? Someone on your list that you want a message, but you don't know what to say. Who wants help? Okay, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay. I'm on my phone, so sorry.
That's okay.
Um, so
Hi.
I'm starting out new. Just hopped on.
I'm so glad
Uh,
that you're here.
so yeah, I haven't been, like I shared with Emily earlier, I have not been doing relationship building,
Mm.
um, with people. So I've been more like just watching people. Um, so it's kind of weird to like jump on and say, "Hey, do you want to um, do this 3-day challenge thing with me?" So what? Yeah, easing into it, but not taking too long.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
So tell me or tell us, Emily, what have the products done for you? Like in 3 bullet points. What would you say they've done for you?
So far, um, I've lost 5 pounds
That's awesome.
in 2 weeks. Oh yeah, I'm drinking less coffee.
Okay.
Thank you, Pink Drink.
Thank you, Pink Drink.
Um, and like they said, like everybody says on their stories, not craving sugar. Like there's this big bag of dark chocolate sitting on our counter, and I
Okay.
would normally like devour the whole thing, and I haven't touched it.
Okay.
So that's really exciting. Like I don't even want it.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I'm in a better mood.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm happier and like laughing more. Um, so yeah, I'm in cleaning mode. So I apologize for my hopping on here, not looking my best, but I really am happier.
You look great. You look great. Okay.
Um,
So I'm gonna write a message
mhm.
that um, that you can decide if you want to send it to people that you know, okay, based off of that. So hey, so I know this is sort of out of the blue, but I've been feeling really good lately and have been a little quiet about it. Anyway, I started taking these supplements that have helped me lose 5 pounds, drink less coffee because I have more energy. Um, gotten rid of my sugar cravings. Bag of dark chocolate on the counter doesn't even look good. Normally I'd eat it all. Ha, ha. And I'm in a better general mood. It's sort of weird, but I'm so, let's see, I don't want to say it's sort of weird. It's sort of, it's been,
Unexpected.
what?
Unexpected.
It's been really, I love that. Thank you. It's been really unexpected, and I'm feeling so grateful. It's called Plexus, and I've been using it for 2 weeks. Have you heard of it before? Okay, so this message is a true cold message, right? Like we are fishing for something in this message. It's gonna go one of 3 ways when you send this. Either people are gonna respond back and go, wow, I have never heard of it before, or I've heard of it before and I've been thinking about trying it. I want more information, tell me more. That's way number 1. The second thing that might happen is they'll respond back and go, wow, that's so great for you. And you're like, yeah, it is, thanks. And you're like, So how are you? And like just naturally follow their lead on that one. Because when they come back and they say, wow, that's great for you, that's like patting you on the back, being like, not interested, but that's great for you, right? So those are the people that you want to focus on relationship building with, right? Or try to find a need for the products, which you might not have right now, right? The third option that might happen is they just say nothing. They've seen it, read, 232, read. I hate that, but it's just a part of the job, right? So it's gonna go, you have a 0.33% chance of it to go on one of those three things. But what I love about a message like this is you can send it, it's not pushy, it's not salesy, it's not like, oh, you wanna buy my product? Like, check this out. It's just very much like, hey, I've been feeling good, just wanna see how you're doing. Have you heard of it before? Like, have you even heard of it before, right? So if you feel comfortable with that message, Emily, and I can send it to you in private message also. Okay, so then you have it in private message there. You can also, if you guys are, wanting that message, you can copy and paste it. In fact, I will put it in the main chats for people. Let me find the Kona one. And I'll put it in this one as well. Jossie, yes, sometimes Metaburn can cause digestive upset. So taking one instead of two, doing it with food or on an empty stomach, troubleshoot some of those, but it will be temporary. It'll pass. It's just like your body having all those new herbs in it that can cause that. Okay, we are replacing the larger Team Kona chat in the next couple of days. We just haven't made it yet. So if you are on Brooke's team and you don't have access to that message I just sent, will someone on Brooke's team put it in one of her chats so that everyone on the call can have those? Yeah. Okay. So that, Emily, if you'll find 3 people to send that message to, then you get to check off the 3 asks portion of your message. And if you're like, man, 3 was really easy, maybe I want to go for 5 or 6, like send that message to as many people as you feel comfortable sending. And you might not get responses back while we're on the power hour, but if you do, unmute yourself and I can help you figure out what to say next. Okay? Okay, anyone else need help on a message, on a person? You want to message this person, but you don't know what to say. We're just going to focus on the 3 asks portion for the next 5 minutes. And I can help you write those messages. You can unmute yourself. Can you guys hear Dean getting his speech therapy in the background? Let me mute. And I'm just gonna start doing my cold messages if you guys don't ask for help on messages that you need help writing. Okay.
Hey, Emily, it's Katie.
Oh, hey, yeah.
What's up, dog?
Nothing. What's up with you?
Just working, chilling. I have a question for you about someone that I've reached out to, a friend that I've known for maybe a decade or so, and she lives in LA. We've only seen each other a couple times in life, but we keep up with each other on social media. anyways, I had reached out to her because she's healthy, you know, she runs a lot, and kind of, she was one of those dream team people I was talking about last night, and just kind of said, oh, you know, you should do this too, because she had mentioned something like I looked good, or, you know, she was proud of me, something of that sort. And when I said that, it was just like, you know, crickets, no answer back. And so since it is a friend and I don't want to push those boundaries, do you have any suggestions on what I could follow up with? It's been a couple weeks since I've said anything about Plexus to her.
So what I might say, again, tell me the very last thing that you said to her, just one more time.
Well, we've talked back and forth about social media stuff, not Plexus, but I had just mentioned something about the Renew You challenge, and that, you know, the supplements were great, and she, you know, should do it with me, or, you know, something of that sort. I was just like, I'd love for you to do it with me. And, you know, yeah.
Okay. So I would just send her a message. I'm better when I write it out, because then I can see what it looks like. So I'm going to write it into the chat. Okay.
Okay.
But I'll say it out loud. So I'd be like, hey girl, just thinking about our chat from a few weeks ago. Have you lost weight since then?
Girl, I'm down about 14 pounds.
That is amazing. Not since the last time you talked to her, but total 14 pounds weight loss?
Yes.
Okay. So the last time you talked to her, what was your weight loss at? Do you remember?
See, that was probably December. So probably, I probably hadn't lost any at that time, actually.
Okay. Hey girl, just thinking about our chat from a few weeks ago. I know you, I so appreciated you cheering me on.
Yeah.
When I was starting my Renew You challenge. It means the world to me. I wanted to message you though, because I've actually lost 14 pounds since then, and it's all because of the products that I'm taking. Would you be interested in hearing about how and why the products have done that for me?
You're so good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So that message I'm going to put in all the chats. Again, if you're on Brooke's team, please grab it from one of the chats. Somebody who's in the Kona Earners chat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think that's the 3. Oh, I was going to put it in the leader announcement one. And I'll put the other one in there as well. Okay, anyone else have someone that they want to reach out to, but they're not sure what to say?
Okay, Emily, you can help me.
Okay.
I have a lady who is a very, 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 very strong red.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's as red can be. She wants to be in charge of everything.
Great.
She likes to drink wine. Mm-hmm. She always has a vodka with her husband. She has a large amount of belly weight. She has plantar fasciitis, and she had a little bout of diverticulitis.
Okay.
I play golf with her. She's on our team, all that kind of stuff. And she did try a bag of Slim, and that was probably 3-4 months ago or so. Before Christmas, she had gone to see her doctor and got to see a PA or somebody. Anyway, so instead of getting an injection for her plantar fasciitis, the PA talked to her about, well, maybe we should look at what's really causing this. So at Christmas, she said, yes, we want to get to the root cause. I'm ready to go with Plexus. So she says, I didn't get the injection in my foot and all that. So she's been like dragging this out. She knows what I do. I've tried to get her in challenges. She said, I don't believe in doing all that stuff on Facebook.
Mhm.
I just don't know how to approach her.
So is she a customer? Like, does she have a customer account with you?
She has a customer account. She
Okay.
bought one bag of Slim. I've given her samples of like lean, because she does drink protein shakes.
Mhm.
You know, I think everyone's afraid of the pooping,
Mm.
because I had one girl that would have been a really good friend of hers, and she tried it like when I first started and knew nothing. So that's 2.5 years ago.
Mhm.
And she quit because she didn't want anybody fooling around with her poop. So that's what her husband told me.
Okay.
But anyway, so that's just a little background. But she's
Okay.
really red.
Okay. So that's my favorite person to message, because they're direct and to the point. And you usually know what they're thinking and why, because they're just going to tell you, right?
Mhm.
So, what was the last thing that you said to her?
So I said, well, yeah, we need to get to the root cause. And I said something about, well, yeah, we can work on that plantar fasciitis. And I'm thinking I don't even want to worry about her weight loss or anything like that. I think we should just focus in on her foot.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to write. Hey, so I know that you want to get to the root cause of what's going on with your foot, and you don't really want to waste your time on any sort of challenge group that will just delay things. What I thought would be most advantageous is just having you sign up with all of the products that you need to get things going as quickly as possible. The sooner you start, the sooner your problems with your foot go away. I have a pack that I would like to recommend. That specifically will attack the root problem of what's going on with your foot and other health issues. See, I have a pack that I would like to recommend that specifically will attack the root problem of your foot and other health issues. Would you like to see what's in the pack and how much it costs? Do you like that?
Okay. And then for her, I mean, what I was thinking is just go with a plain Jane triplex and get her the loading dose of ease.
Yeah, I think that's a great plan. Yeah, and I would do Hunger Control Slim, triplex, loading dose of ease, and I think that if we were not getting 5 points from a 99 pack, I would tell you to add on the MetaBurn as well to make sure that it had 100 PV on top of it. But where we get to be a little bit lazy this month because the 99's are already giving us that, I still think that that is the better fit for her and what she needs to accomplish. So, okay, I'm going to put that in. And again, this is,
yeah, I can see them now. For some reason, I couldn't at the beginning. So I'm just copying them and putting them in a Word document, and then I can share them also.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Because the thing is, like, a lot of the time, just remember that when you're dealing with someone who is of that personality, these are the written messages we are creating. The power right now. Just in case people don't know what's going on and they're like, why is Emily putting those in there? Again, adjust these messages so that they fit your personality. If it doesn't sound like you, right? That's going to be most effective. But these are just like a skeleton. Okay, so someone with that personality, the biggest thing that you have to remember with them is that they want to get from A to B as quickly as possible. And you going on and pushing them to do a 3-day challenge when they've already told you that they don't, I'm not saying that that's what you did, but just for example's sake, those type of people, they just need to go faster, and they don't want to sit and have a conversation about it. They want you to just, in as few words as possible, say, this is what you need, this is how much it costs, do you want to start, right? And when I have to think about it, or when someone gives me too many options, or if I think it's going to take too much time, or I don't see the benefit, then I'm not willing to entertain that conversation, right? So, okay. Anyone else before we move on? I think we're just, anyone else?
Yeah, me.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
So I have a guy I've been working with for a while that wants to lose weight. He wants to get healthier. He, I guess, is just dragging his feet. And he finally was like, yeah, look, I think I want to try it. Then he was like, hey, my wife said no.
Okay.
How do I get past that hump?
So his wife said no, but he wants to lose weight.
Right.
Okay. So what's the last thing that you said to him was, do you want to get started? And he said, I want to, but my wife says no.
Right.
Okay. So I know your wife is not on board with the idea of you trying Plexus yet. I was thinking about how, when I started, my husband was a little leery as well. What I decided though was that I wanted something to change. And if I didn't try Plexus, there really wasn't anything else out there that was an option for me. This is gonna lead us right into number 2. So thank you for asking this question. I just got so excited. I'm like, what would I do? What would I do? I would invite them to listen to a call together, because we need to work on the wife's belief to get behind the husband, right?
Okay.
So we have a call today at either 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time or 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time that would be perfect for you both to listen into. There will be stories of how the products have worked for weight loss for people that I personally know. I'll be on the call at 7, so that's true for the 7 o'clock one. And Jennifer Leith, if you've seen her Diamond documentary, then you know her, right? So if you want to change that to be a little bit more whatever, you can. But I just know all these people because I see them and I know them online. And so if you want to adjust that part of the statement, that's fine. Or you can just leave it like this and keep it simple, right? Okay, so hey, so I know your wife is not on board with the idea of you trying Plexus yet. I was thinking about how when I started, my husband was a little leery as well. What I decided though was that I wanted something to change, and if I didn't try Plexus, there really wasn't anything else out there that was an option for me. We have a call today at either 5 p.m. or 7 p.m. that would be perfect for you both to listen into. There will be stories of how the products have worked for weight loss for people that I personally know. Would you like to listen in together so that she can see why you're interested in using Plexus?
Okay. Where is that going to be at? Where do I get that from?
It is going to be in the one at 5 p.m. If you look here, Can you see the screen where I'm sharing the screen? So the 5 p.m. one is on the Plexus Worldwide Facebook page.
Okay.
So let me show you how you find that. Okay, so you go to Facebook and you go, it's not the Ambassador community page, it's Plexus Worldwide. So you just type in Plexus Worldwide and it's this one here, Plexus Worldwide. It's gonna be on this page at 5 o'clock Mountain Time today.
Okay. Live.
Yes.
Okay.
Live, it's literally a live sip and see. So all they have to do is go to the Plexus Worldwide page and it will appear here. I've never done one of these before, so I don't really know what to expect, but I am going to invite people to it and figure it out, because you got to try everything, right?
Right.
If 5 o'clock is not a good time for them, then they can come to this 7 p.m. call. I'm going to be sharing my story on that call with 3 other people. And it is a virtual event on YouTube. So you just send them this link and I'm going to click on it so you can see what it looks like. You send the link and then it will just be live. See, it says live in 4 hours. And
that's on the my brain. That's on your group page, right?
it's in the IPA challenge for today on all team pages.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just find it, see how it's day 2, it's this graphic here.
Okay.
And then it's under step 2 if they say yes. Do you see it there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Elodie, the training that I did yesterday was Motivation Monday, and I hope that they've posted the recording to the Plexus Ambassador community page, different than the Plexus Worldwide page that's going to be on for the event at 5. But the Plexus Ambassador community page, the reason why they're doing it in those places is Plexus Worldwide, anyone can view it and be a part of it. The Plexus Ambassador community page is just for people who are ambassadors with Plexus, right? So it's sort of like how we have our team page and then we have our challenge page, right? So this is Plexus's version of that. They have the Plexus Ambassador community page, which is sort of like the team page for all ambassadors. And then they have the Plexus Worldwide page for like challenges, opportunity events, things like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, I want to make sure that this message is in all the threads.
Yeah, and that message that you just typed up for me, that's going to be on the Imagine Plexus site. Where is that going to be at?
I am putting them in all of the team chats and threads. Who's talking? Because I can't see who's talking.
Sorry, this is Bobby Ortiz, so I'm under Kara.
Yes.
Hi.
I am,
I'm going to send it to you, Bobby.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Kara.
Kara can put it into her thread.
Okay.
Okay. I think I've got everything in all the threads. Oh no, that was Emily's personal one. Okay. We need to put it in Chelsea's. Okay, so everybody should have access to that one we just wrote. Okay, so since we are moving in this direction now, that was a great example of somebody who, you know, and have you ever invited them, Bobby? Have you ever invited them to do a 3-day challenge before?
I've been working with him so long. I think I have, but
okay.
I don't know.
If he says no to watching either of the calls today, like down here, I want to address this now. If they say, no, I can't make it, those times don't work for me, then I say, oh, no problem. We actually have them tomorrow and Thursday at 5 p.m. also. Would either of those times work better for you? And then if they say, no, that doesn't work for me, then I say, oh, okay, what about the recording? Would you be able to watch a recording? And then they'll probably say, yeah, I'll watch your recording or whatever. So then write their name down to follow up to send the recording. But most of the time when people say they're going to watch a recording and it is more than 15 minutes, they're probably never going to watch the recording. So I still follow up with them to watch it, but I assume they're not going to see it. So what I do instead is I'll say, hey, we also have a 3-day challenge starting on Monday where you can buy a 3-day pack for $20. And in that pack, there's a $20 off coupon to use toward products. I know you're not ready to sign up right now and you may never use that coupon, but would you be interested in doing a 3-day challenge and trying our most effective weight loss products for 3 days for $20? And then they can, at that point, they can decide yes or no to do a challenge. So you always want to have all the tools in the toolbox ready to just throw out another way to get them over their objections, right? So if you can't get them to do the 3-day challenge, invite them to one of the live calls. If you can't get them to do the live calls, try and get them to the sample group. If they will not pay for the sample, and you know the products are going to work for them and you've worked with them for 6 months and they just will not pay for the sample, you might find yourself in a position where you are willing to send them a $20 sample pack for free. But you would ask them like, I'm considering sending this to you for free because I know how badly you need this. If I sent it to you, would you even take it? And they might just say, no, I probably won't. Then you say, that's okay. If anything ever changes, I'm here. And then you go back into relationship building mode with them. You help them to trust you more. You help them to see the value in that way. The caveat, if you're going to send a free sample pack to someone, you make them join the 3-day challenge group before you send it. Because I promise you, if you can't get them, if you add them to the Facebook group, whatever challenge page you're on, whether you're Brooke's team, my team, Christy's team, Laura's team, whatever team has their own challenge page, whichever one you're in, if you can't get them to join that Facebook group, they're probably not going to use the sample box, right? So I say, I'll send you this free sample, but you have to do the 3-day challenge group with it. So if you're willing to let me add you to the group, you visit the group, you say hello on the welcome post, then I will just consider that as payment and I'll send it to you. Would you be willing to do that? But this is only after you've tried to get them to pay you for it for some time. Is that helpful, everyone, to see that? Because it doesn't really make sense to send it to them if they can't. And I've just seen this so many times. Like, because I work with so many strangers on Instagram, the only reason why I'm such a stickler about this is because I have lost hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, probably over $1,000 in samples in the last year of people that wouldn't go to the group. So I sent the samples and then they disappeared and I never heard from them again. Right? So the reason why I'm like, force them to do it is because I just have so much experience in watching people's behavior when I send free samples. It's sort of like how if I don't show up, if I don't give Sally 24 hours notice to cancel my training session, I still have to pay her $70. So I can't cancel on her because I don't feel like going, because I have to pay her $70 anyway. So even if I'm going to be late, I still show up, because I'd rather get a half an hour of time versus nothing and still have to pay her. And she told me that the reason why she started that system is because people would just cancel on her if she didn't make them pay. She said it's so uncomfortable. She hates charging people that don't show, but people don't show up unless there is a financial consequence, right? So I hope that helps you see that it really does change behavior. Okay. Let's focus on who you can invite. Hopefully you've done your 3 asks already. Okay. You do that with piano. Yeah, Jossie. I mean, really, it changes behavior and people need that. they need that. One of the things that Christy Jex said when we trained in Nashville for Super Saturday last weekend, or, you know, a week and a half ago now, is she said that when she goes to send a message to someone or a follow-up or something like this, she tries to imagine that person 6 months from now as a healthy person because of Plexus. And she messages them and approaches them with that. What would that person want them to say to themselves? So 6 months, you're talking to someone who's very sick, who wants to lose weight, who has financial problems, whatever. What would that person want you to say to them 6 months from now? What would they have wanted you to say to them right now to get them to start? That's the person you get to be for that person. You get to be that person who holds them accountable for doing more and being able to have more and feel better. Okay. So now you've done your 3 asks. Let's focus on, can you ask 3 more people to come to one of the calls tonight? Okay. So here is a message that you can send, and I'll put it in the chat, or you can go to the team pages. Hey, so I know you've been and this is someone that you've been talking to that you're going to invite to tonight. You've already talked to them about it. They've asked you, what is Plexus? You've sent them a story. You've sent them the short video. You've maybe given pricing. They may have already done the 3-day challenge and not signed up. This is someone who needs a live event to build their belief even more, where if they could just hear someone tell their story on a video, you think they might join. Okay, so this is the message you're gonna send to them. Hey, so I know you've been thinking about Plexus for a while now, and you've tried some samples and read a few things. If they haven't tried samples, take that part out, right? Adapt this message to fit whoever you're messaging. There are 2 calls tonight where you can listen in to real people sharing their stories and win free products for tuning in. One is at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and the other is at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so you can choose which time is best. I know you might not be ready to order, but I thought we could listen together just to gather more info. Would you be free at either of those times? And the reason why I wrote the message in that way is because I'm thinking ahead of all the excuses they could give me, and I'm trying to head them off at the pass, right? Because sometimes when you send a message to someone to listen to a call, they're like, I see what you're doing. Like, I'm not buying your thing. So no, I don't want to go listen to your thing, right? But you're putting them at ease with this message by saying, I know you might not be ready to order, but I thought we could listen in just to gather more info, right? Now, I did not include the incentive that is happening at the 5 p.m. call because I felt like it didn't add anything to the message and it wasn't going to get someone to listen and or not. But just so you know, as the ambassador, if they listen in to the 5 p.m. call and they sign up because of the call, they will be entered to win a $99 credit back on their welcome pack. So I don't go into the message with that. I wrote it a couple of different ways last night when I was writing this, and I was like, no, I don't like any of those versions, because most people you're inviting to the call because you just want to spoon feed them and you want to get them in front of a story that's live, right? So if you tell them all this extra stuff of like, and if you sign up, you can be entered to win $99 back on your welcome pack, like it's probably going to be too much information and you're going to lose them, right? So the point of this message, the goal of this message is to get them on the call. And I feel like this message is going to do that more effectively. If you want to add more stuff in, you totally can. Because there are going to be people who are going to be motivated by that. So maybe you send this message and they go, oh yeah, I'll come to the 5 o'clock one. And then you can say, great, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get on the call with you. We'll listen together. And then maybe afterwards we can talk about some of the stories that you heard and how that made you feel. And they go, okay, that's so great, you know, really excited. So then you get on the call, you listen to the stories, you see they're there, you get off the call, you message them and you say, oh my gosh, tell me what you thought. Which story did you identify with the most? And they're like, oh, I love Jennifer Leith's story. It was so amazing. I really connected to her as a mom with kids. You know, I really like that. And you're like, oh, me too. I know that these products are going to give that to you. See how we're going back and forth? It's this dance of connection and talking, and you're like spoon feeding. You're not giving them too much all at once. You're like, oh, hey, yeah, your little piece. Give them a little piece. See what they're doing. Little piece, one bite at a time. And then after you've connected a little bit and you're feeling more confident and they're giving you all the right signals, you go in for the kiss, right? Like, how weird is it when you were dating someone and they kissed you before the relationship was built up and you're like, oh, they're weird. Like, why did he kiss me that soon? Like, that's so weird, right? So you have to kind of like read the signs before you can go in for the kiss. Otherwise it's awkward, right? So connect, read the signs, and then after they're like, yeah, I just, I really feel hopeful, like that could be me. And you say, me too. That pack that I recommended is going to do exactly for you what she said it did for her. And if you order right now, you're actually going to, because you were on that call, if you order right now, you are actually going to be entered to get a $99 credit back on your order. Would you like to order right now and see if you win? And so then at that point, that might be the deal that seals it. But if you would have like thrown all that up on her, she may have not even come to the call. Does that make sense to everybody? I'm trying to look at all of your beautiful faces. Some of you don't have your cameras on, but I really want to just emphasize how less is more. And sometimes you got to keep the incentive in your back pocket. Now, if you have someone that's like, yeah, I'm going to order tonight, like I'll call you at 9, whatever. You can be like, hey, I know you're going to sign up tonight. If you want to hop on this call at 5 o'clock with me, we can listen. And then at the end, if you sign up from the call, you're going to be entered to win $99 credit on your welcome pack. Do you want to listen in with me and get entered to win that, since you're going to order anyway? So that is another way that you can tell people about that. Any questions about that and how that works? Okay, so we did the 3 asks. We talked about how to invite people to the calls tonight. Use this message. I promise you, it's gonna go well. Let them pick the time. Make sure to send them to the correct location. Follow up. Send them a reminder. Get on the call with them, even if you have to have your earbuds in, because doing it together is what creates a stronger connection. And that's what you need to sign someone up, is a strong connection, okay? Then we're gonna end our power hour now because we've been on for an hour, but if you haven't had a chance today, like I haven't had a chance today to do a social media post in my main feed, I've only been in my stories, then make a social media post. I don't stress out about getting a post up first thing in the morning if I have literally nothing to say. If I'm sharing a health story, that's easy for me to throw up in the morning. But if I'm like wanting to write something meaningful or write something on my heart, sometimes it's at 9:30 in the morning, sometimes it's at 10 o'clock at night. So I don't stress myself out to get it up by 9:30 a.m. because when I looked at my Instagram analytics, it showed the peak time of the entire day for me personally was 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And so that may not be the same for you, but you can, if you have your Instagram account set to public and business, it will show you the analytics. It's free to do that. and it can gather information for you, and you can go in and see like, oh my gosh, people are looking at my account at this time. It didn't used to be that way. It used to be 9:30 in the morning and 9:30 at night. Now, all of a sudden, it's like whoosh, 6 p.m. That's where everyone's looking at my stuff. So now I'm like, well, I mean, if I have something to say at 2 o'clock, I put it up at 2 o'clock. If I have something to say at 9:30, I put it up at 9:30. But man, if I like really want to hit my target peak day, I'm like 6 p.m. I'm setting an alarm and I'm going to put it up at 6 p.m. So just be authentic in posting. That's going to resonate with people. Okay. All right. The last thing, do you have anyone in the 3-day challenge? We sort of tackled that with our 3 asks. Don't worry about the 3-day challenge because you want to just get enrollments this week, right? If you can't get them enrolled, default to the 3-day challenge. But I really want you to focus on enrollments this week. And then when you get them enrolled, bingo, now you're going to help them get 3 people, 1 person, 2 people into the 3-day challenge. You're going to add all of your enrollments that get in this week. You are putting them in the 3-day challenge, and you are going to go into helping mode of helping them get 1 person in the challenge with them. Hey, I know you're just getting started. I really would love to have you start and do the challenge with someone, right? You wouldn't join a gym alone. You can't do Plexus alone. Friends don't let friends do Plexus alone. Who can I mail a sample pack to? Would your mom like to do a $20 sample pack and do the challenge with you next week? Would your sister, would your best friend, anyone you can think of that would want to have more energy, better sleep, and better craving control, right? You're planting the seeds for them. If they're not enrolled yet, here's a sample message of what you could say. Hey, so I know you've been thinking about trying Plexus. I have this 3-day group starting next week that's all about how the products work, with stories of people in my community that have had a problem or 2 solved by using them. It's only $20 to try the pink drink, metabolism booster, and shakes for 3 days. And if you decide to join at the end, there's a $20 coupon code in the box that you can put towards your first order. It ends up making the 3-day sample pack free. Would you want to do the 3-day challenge with us in this way? If they say yes, then you say, great, you get them ordered, and then you take it a step further and you say, hey, is there anybody that you would want to do this with you? I've just found that it's way more fun to do a challenge with a friend. Like if I'm gonna go do Orange Theory for a trial, I'm not walking in the doors of that place alone. I'm gonna make my friend meet me there, and we're gonna do it together for the first week. Would you want to have someone do this with you? And then if they go, well, you know, I really want to try it for me first. I really want to like, you know, see if it works for me. I'm like, I know, I was the same way. But then I started thinking like, I would never tell my friend like, hey, how about I try the gym for 3 months by myself? And if I lose 5 pounds and get rock hard abs, then you come do it with me. No, I want her to meet me at the gym, so I stick with it for those 3 months. I want to do it with her together so we can both feel good together. Okay, so share that analogy. Every time I've shared the gym analogy in the last 2 weeks, it's been a slam dunk. They're like, oh, yeah, you're right. I totally wouldn't join a gym by myself. I'm like, I know, it's the same thing. So just do this together. Do this 3-day challenge together. Take it that step further. Okay. And in answer to your question, Katie, I don't know how many, I think they just said they're giving away $199 credit to 1 person that signs up from being on the calls. These opportunity calls are at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time today, tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and Thursday, which is in 2 days. I am doing the one tomorrow. Jennifer Leith is doing the one today. Tara Castaneda is doing the one on Thursday. We're sharing our health stories. It's going to be fast and furious. It's like Ryan Anderson opens the call, talks about Plexus, then we share the story, call ends. If your person signs up from it, they are entered to win. I don't know what that looks like. They've never done it before. So I am just going to get on the call and watch it today. Hopefully I'm going to have a guest from the messages that I sent this morning, from the messages that you sent on this Power Hour today. And then we'll see how they pick it. And then tomorrow we're going to get them on again, right? We're just going to try it, even though we don't know what it's going to look like, because they've said they're going to do it, and I know they're going to do it. So I'm excited. Who's excited? You guys excited too? Yes, so excited. Yeah, get on the call. Even if you have nobody tell you yes today, get on the call yourself so you can see what it looks like. I guarantee if you watch it today, you're going to be way more excited to message people about it tomorrow, right? And if they can't come at 5, get them on the one at 7 that I'm doing tonight, because that's going to be another opportunity. Skeptics wanted. That's who we want, the skeptics, right? But you let them pick the time that's best for them, and don't worry about who's hosting what call. Okay? Like, just, this is about them, not you and your worries. So get them to pick, is 5 or 7 p.m. better today? Oh, today's not good? How about tomorrow at 5? How about Thursday at 5? And just know that the graphics have the wrong time. On the graphics, like, I'm going to show you here. Where's the graphic for the one tonight? Okay, look at the graphics, just so that you're not confused. They did it wrong. See how it says 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific? That's wrong. It's 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, okay? Because 7 p.m. Eastern is the same as 6 p.m. Central, which would be 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. Pacific. Every single graphic is wrong. So just know when you see that, it's actually 5 p.m. Mountain. All of them. It's a misprint. Okay? So 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific. Today, tomorrow, Thursday. All right? The work you do today might not make a difference today, but I promise you when you do it today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, next week, the week after, it's gonna start making a difference, okay? So just use the systems. Try to get an enrollment. If you can't get an enrollment, use the 3-day challenge as a default. If you can't do the 3-day challenge, or they've done the 3-day challenge and it hasn't been successful, use a live video to a live event, like a call like the one that Plexus is hosting. It's in the Plexus Worldwide page, not the Ambassador Community page. Plexus Worldwide, or the one tonight that I'm doing at 7 is on a YouTube link. They just click the link and it's live. All right, guys, so fun being with you here today. I hope you learned something. I hope this motivated you to do a little bit more and feel more confident. We'll see you tomorrow. There will be power hours again, another Jewel Power Hour tomorrow and Thursday to help you with day 3 and 4 of the iPay challenge. The more messages you send, the more you love on the people around you, the more full and rich your life is. See you tomorrow. Bye, guys.